So your answer has to be presented. Somehow you need to present that your answer, kind of your final answer. Don't make them search for it. Now, if it were a multiple choice, there's actually a few other ways we could do to solve this, but this is your final answer for this one.
Okay.
All right. Just go in order here. Number 14.
Yes, please.
Okay. Got it. All right. So notice the first equation is already solved for x. It says x equals. I mean, that's how you know it's solved for x. You're going to take that and put it into the other equation for x.
Okay.
So that 26 minus 3y minus 4y equals 5. And again, you're just going to combine like terms. So this is minus 7y equals 5.
Okay.
And then you're going to subtract 26 from both sides. Minus 7y equals minus 21. And then divide both sides by minus 7. So y equals 3.
21, 7. So I have a silly question, but I think one of the problems that I've encountered is, does it matter? Probably not on this equation, but when you have like a longer problem, does it matter what you subtract first? I guess
It does. The order does matter. So you undo addition and subtraction before multiplication and division. And that's part of the order of operations. So you undo in this order.
undo. Okay. Maybe that's where I'm running into problems. Okay. And
There's also, I mean, there's many things that you can do that doesn't work, and that's where you got to be just spot on with your steps. So yeah, please ask if you're not sure, so we can get it worked out. We're not done though. We've got y equals 3. We go back to this first equation, x equals 26 minus 3y, and we put 3 in for y. So that's 26 minus 9, or 17. So you want to give both answers.
okay.
In this case.
Okay. So you do the parentheses again, the 17 and the 3.
Yes. So your answer 17 comma 3. That's probably the best way to present your answer.
Okay. Yeah, she's really picky.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe just one more in this section. I'll have to solve the rest on my own because I think I need to work them.
Yeah. There's, I don't want to say this. I should pick because they get
harder.
Well, I'm looking for one where, yeah, see on 19 is not solved for a variable yet.
Okay.
That would be a good one to do.
Okay, we can
Same
do that.
same with 20. Do you have a preference?
Nope, let's start with 19.
Okay.
2x minus y equals 1.
All right. Now, like I was saying, it's not solved for yet. So you have some options here. We're actually the preference here is to look at the top equation, because there's a -1 in front of the y, and that's the easiest one to solve for.
Okay.
So to do that, and this is part of your maybe what you've been uncomfortable with is you're adding y to both sides. So it's 2x equals 1 plus y. And then you have to subtract 1 to move it to the other side. 2x minus 1 equals y.
Okay.
And then I'm going to rewrite the second equation here, 2y equals 3x plus 3. So everything we have for y is going to go in there. Now it's really in parentheses. It's really 2 parentheses y. So it's 2x minus 1 inside parentheses there.
3x plus 3. Okay.
Let me know if you're caught up here.
Yeah, I'm
Slow
good.
down. Okay, so you have to distribute this 2 into both terms. So it's 4x minus 2
Okay.
equals 3x plus 3.
Okay.
And this may be again where it's like, well, what do I do from here? You move from the smaller to the larger in terms of x.
Smaller to larger. Okay.
So that's why we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. So that's x minus 2 equals 3. And from here, you can add 3 to or add 2 to both sides. X equals 5. Again, that's only part of it. You have to go back and find the other value, in this case, y. So we're going to go back until we've got an equation for y. We've got this one.
Okay.
So we'll use that. So y equals 2x minus 1. Y equals 2 times 5 minus 1. Y equals 9.
Y equals 9. So we have 9 and 5. Okay.
Yes.
Smaller to larger. Okay, I'll have to remember that. I think that's kind of where my problem's been. It's like it gives you a whole different answer.
Yes, you can get sideways pretty quick on these.
Oh, okay.
All right, do you want us to do one more from this section?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, let's look at 20, I guess.
Okay. 3y plus x equals -1. -5.
So I'm again drawn to the 1x because it's quick to solve for something when there's a 1 in front of it.
Okay.
So we're going to look at that first equation, 3y plus x equals -1. I'm going to subtract 3y from both sides because the x already has a 1 in front of it, so you can solve it, really quickly there. X equals -1 minus 3y.
-1 minus 3y. Okay.
And then from here, all of this is going to go in to that second equation, 2x plus 6 equals -5y. So everything in here is going to go in for that x. -1 minus 3y plus 6 equals -5y.
Y. I'm so glad that I can watch all your stuff again because that's really helpful.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, everything you got to see a few times just to figure out. So here we're going to distribute in. That's -2 minus 6y plus 6 equals -5y.
Okay.
And then on the left here, we're going to combine like terms, the -2 and the 6. That's plus 4. So we'll go -6y plus 4 equals -5y.
-6y plus 4 equals -5y. Okay.
So this is again where we're going to go from the smaller to the larger. And so the smaller in this case is the -6y. It's more negative. That's what makes it smaller. So you're going to add 6y to both sides.
Okay.
And what happens here, which is nice, is you just get y on the right. It's solved for y now.
Okay.
So from here we go back and find our equation for x. And there it is. X is -1 minus 3y. And we use our y value of 4. We're going to plug 4 in. So x -1 minus 3 times 4. That's -1 minus 12 minus 13.
X equals -12 minus 13. Okay. I think I forgot some of my signs also. Me and my signs and trying to keep up with which one I use.
Yeah.
And what I subtract. I think those are the 2 hurdles I'm dealing with right now. So I'll just practice these. I'll do these tonight and see how I do.
Got it. Yeah, the more you practice, the better it'll be.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like you want to move on to 6.4. I see you've circled some in the pictures here, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so on.
Yeah, those are the ones I have to do.
Okay.
4.
All right. So let me be a little more helpful here in selection. So I'm going to do 6 first. Unless you really want us to just go through them all. It's up to you.
No, I'm not gonna complain if you help solve some of these. More of the-
You're the customer. You tell me what you want to do. Want me to? You want me to start at 4? I'll start at 4.
Yeah, let's start with 4, please.
Okay. Okay. So the nice thing about the first type of elimination problems is you just add the equations vertically. You just go straight down. So you add up x and x, which is 2x.
Okay,
But when you add the y and the negative y, what does that become?
and well, it's 1 in front of each y, right?
That's right.
So a negative and a positive, it's still gonna be 1.
You're adding them up.
Okay, so 2, -2.
One's positive, one's negative though. It's like adding 1, taking away 1. So these cancel all together.
Oh, 0.
Yeah. So how did I get 1? How did I get 2x? It's because I'm adding up 1x plus 1x. So they add together, two eggs. It's like giving someone something and then taking it back, or
Okay.
there's maybe that's not a good example, but the idea here is that one's positive, one's negative. You're adding, they cancel out.
Okay, so just to clarify, the positive sign on the X, did you just pull that down from the top? Because it's X plus 1?
We're adding the equations together vertically. Have you
Okay.
seen this? Have you seen this in class or not?
We don't work on this until tomorrow. That's the problem.
Okay, I
She has
see.
to do the homework first, and then she goes over, which is
Oh,
kind
that's
of
right.
hard.
That's right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So here's what you're actually doing. I forgot that you're really writing this 1x plus 1x, 1y minus 1y equals minus 15 plus 3. And so you're combining like terms, which is 2x plus 0 equals minus 12.
Equals -12. Okay.
But what most students do is they like to look at these in sort of columns here, this one, and then this third one.
Simple enough.
Yeah. So now what's nice here is that since y is gone, you can quickly solve for x. Divide by 2, x equals minus 6.
Right.
Now
Okay.
you might, you like, okay, well, I got it, but you have to go back and find y. So you have to choose one equation or the other. We're going to choose the top equation because x and y are both positive in it. And you want to limit how many negative signs, subtraction signs you end up having to interact with. So from here, you have to put that value of -6 in for x, -6 plus y equals minus 15. Add 6 on both sides, y equals minus 9. So your answer is -6, -9.
Okay. Okay.
All right, number 6 is really similar, so we'll do that.
It's just letters though, right? Oh, I guess they were all letters.
So they switch. Sometimes they use x and y. Sometimes they pair them up with p and q. There's other.
As if X and Y isn't hard enough for me.
Yeah. So the idea is you're looking at these in columns. So you're adding them together. P plus P is 2P.
Okay.
Minus Q plus Q is 0. There's nothing left. Equals 9 minus 5, or 9 plus -5, which is 4.
Okay.
And then you divide both sides by 2. P equals 2. Now you're not done, but that's half of it. And so you have a choice. You have to decide which equation you're going to use. I'm going to choose the first one because it's kind of simpler. It's got just positives in it for P's and Q's. So that's 2 plus Q equals -5. Subtract 2 from both sides. Q equals -7. So in terms of how you present your answer, it's always in alphabetical order. You know, X comma Y, X comes before Y, P comes before Q. So this is 2 comma -7.
Okay.
Any questions on that?
Not yet.
Okay, so eight increases the difficulty here with these. Yeah, really tough when you don't see how to do a few examples in class before being assigned homework. Really
That's
tough.
what I told my dean, but we're like the inaugural class, so it's like all learning process for them. Really?
Okay. This is called the elimination method, and we were doing elimination method. It just you didn't really have to know that, but now you do, and you have to decide which variable you want to eliminate. And that's the hard part here. Is like, are you going to eliminate X? Are you going to eliminate Y? And what you're looking for is like let's just say we want to eliminate X. I can multiply this second equation by a number so that when I add it to the first equation, it goes away. Like imagine if there were a -3x here, this would add up with 3x to go to 0.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna choose that arbitrarily. We're gonna multiply by -3, and this will make more sense after we do a couple of examples. So the result here is after multiplying everything by -3 is -3x -6y equals 21. And then you're gonna bring down 3x plus 1y equals -6. You're bringing down that other equation. So notice that x is opposite in sign here. So when you add these together vertically in those columns, pillars, you can see that that's going to cancel. -3x plus 3x is going to cancel. And we're just going to be left with a y and then equals a number.
Okay.
So this is -5y, -6y plus 1y is -5y equals positive 15.
Okay.
And then you divide both sides by -5, y equals -3.
Okay.
That's part of it though. We got to go find the other variable. So you can go either equation. I'm going to choose the bottom one because it's sort of solved for x. It's got x by itself. We're going to plug in the -3 in for y. So x plus 2 times -3.
X plus 2 minus 3. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay.
So the recipe here is very much the same for both sections. You're getting it down to one variable, you solve for one variable, and then you put it back into the other equation for finding the other. This elimination though is you got to pick which variable you're going to eliminate. And sometimes it's decided for you, but not yet. So like when we do number 10, we have to make a choice. So you'll see that here shortly.
Okay.
Let me know when I can move on to the next
Yeah,
one.
you're fine. You can move
Great.
on.
All right, number 10. If you really don't like C and D, you can go back to X and Y. Like you could rewrite this as 3x plus Y equals 28, X plus 3Y equals -12. It's totally okay. It's up to you. We have to decide though which variable we're going to eliminate. Are we going to eliminate the first one or the second one? And you do have a choice. There's not like a right a wrong answer here because you can eliminate either of them pretty easily. Meaning like it's just one multiplication to do that.
So let's start with D.
Say that again.
Start with the first one, the D or whatever, 3C.
Yeah, let's eliminate the D in this problem. So let's multiply it by -3. Okay, so I'm gonna write the result down here. -9C minus 3D equals, oh boy, that got large, -84.
-3D. Okay.
Now we're gonna add the equations vertically again. So you just kind of go column by column here. So this becomes -8C equals -96.
-96.
So the key here to this elimination is like, did you get something where it's all opposite in signs and cancels? And it does. So this is good. And then you divide by -8. So C equals 12.
The thing that was a little bit easier for the exam was, obviously you can plug it in backwards.
Yes.
I tried that for a few, but some I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, that is a test taking strategy that I teach, and it really helps it to know like if it's going to be multiple choice. I mean, maybe you can ask for a take home exam for the next one.
Yeah, I'll try. They're really picky about like giving you even your graded homework back. It's like they're afraid you're going to share it online to the next like batch of nursing students or something. I don't blame them.
Yeah, so we have to choose which equation we're going to use. We're going to go C plus 3D equals -12, and C is 12 plus 3 times D equals -12. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. 3D equals -24. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So D equals -8.
24. That's actually a good idea. We'll have to do like a class like that before my final.
Sure.
I'm plugging some of these backwards. Because it's definitely going to be multiple choice again. Okay, you're good.
Okay, that's 10. Let's look at 12.
What time is it? We still got time.
Yeah.
We can do 12 and 14, and I'll work on the last 4 on my own.
All right. So we get 3m minus 2n equals 22. 2m. So that like one of the things you're looking for that is here is like you cannot go from 2 to 3, and you can't go from 2 to 3. So this is the last type of elimination where you have to multiply both equations by a number. And again, this is like probably really unclear. You have seen this before. It's just been forever. So I'm going to just show you the numbers, and maybe it'll make more sense when you see it a second time in class. But what you're doing is we want to get, because these are already opposite in sign, that's what you're looking for. The way they cancels when they're opposite in sign. So you'll see that when we multiply everything by the 3 and then everything by the 2. So it's 9m minus 6n equals 66. Then we're going to multiply everything by the 2. So that's 4m plus 6n equals -14. And again, what you're looking for is opposite in sign. Like, see how it's -6n plus 6n. That's what you're looking for.
Okay, so that cancels out basically, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you just look them column by column. So you get 13m equals 52. Divide by 13, and m equals 4. And then you got to go back to one equation or the other. Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
We'll do the second equation. 2m plus 3n equals -7. So that's 2 times 4 plus 3 times n equals -7. That's 8 plus 3n equals -7. Subtract 8, subtract 8. 3n equals -15. N equals -5.
minus 8, 3, and 15 over 3, n equals minus 5. Okay, because it's division. I'm like, wait a minute, my head's not computing it, but I just saw it's negative 15 over 3. That's why it's
Yes.
negative. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
So there's more to this. Like you can check your answers, like you could check them in both equations and they should work. You could have decided to eliminate for the other variables. There's actually a lot of possibilities here. So like you may see it differently in class. Just know that there's multiple ways to do these problems,
Okay.
right? All right, so number 14 here. What I'm drawn to is that the y terms are opposite in sign. That's really key. And so what I'm going to multiply each equation by is the other number. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by this 5 and the second equation by 3. Now you might say, well, why not -3? It's because I want to keep them opposite in sign. So by
Okay.
multiplying by 5, I keep this one negative. By multiplying by 3, I keep the 5 result of 3 times 5y positive. And that's the whole idea, is that you want to make them all opposite in sign. Like if you go back to the very first question we did in elimination, they were already opposite in sign.
Right.
What you're looking for. 20x minus 15y equals minus 40. 9x plus 15y equals minus 18. Make sure you multiply everything. One of the more common mistakes is to forget to multiply something. If you've noticed, all the answers have been nice numbers, and they generally remain that way. So this is 29x. When we add these up, 29x equals minus 58. X equals minus 2.
Minus 2. Okay.
Now we got to go back and find y. So which equation to use? I guess I'll use the second. You will develop a preference. You'll just, something will stand out and you say, I'd rather use that one. So we got 3 times minus 2 plus 5y equals minus 6. Minus 6 plus 5y equals minus 6. So you add 6 to both sides. 5y equals 0. And then when you divide by 5, you get y equals 0 on this one.
5y over 5 equals 0. Y equals 0. Okay. Got it.
All right, so that's the, oh, there's more. Okay, so I'm seeing 21, 20, 22, 24.
We still have a little bit of time. I
Yeah,
mean,
you tell me where do you want us to go next?
I mean, I want to at least try like a couple of them, but if we
Yeah.
could, let's do the next 2.
Okay, so 20. Start with 20.
20.
All right, so when I look at 20, and what I want you to see is that the order of the variables is not good. It's not correct. Like they should be in alphabetical order. So this one on the bottom here is not in standard form. Like it should be -x plus the y as the second equation. So let me just rewrite the first equation. And then the second one is -x plus y equals 7. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, now this is great because do you see how the x's are opposite in sign?
Yes.
So you can just add them up and they're going to cancel.
Right.
So you get 2y equals 10. Okay, and then you divide both sides by 2. So y equals 5.
Okay.
Now you go back, you're like, all right, which equation? Well, let me that first one looks a little bit better to me. X plus y equals 3. 5 plus y equals 3. Subtract 5, y equals -2.
Okay. 2 and 5. I don't know why, like, I overly complicate them. They're not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, practicing a few of them on your own would be great if you got time.
I do. Yeah, I think I need to do the rest on my own. So I feel like I think we're good for today. You have,
You sure?
yeah, we're
Okay,
good. I feel like I just need that like jump start. Someone to just sort of explain it to me a couple of times and then I will just, follow through.
awesome.
Okay.
Okay, well, if you whenever you're ready to schedule again, please head over to the website, or if you wanted to get back into a regular time each week, let me know and I can accommodate that. But